Hello and welcome to another edition of Sirtokalott's news headlines. First up, what we have today, first story, BAFTAs tonight. Avatar and the Hurt Locker looking to sweep up, looking like they're going to do well, possibly because it's the British Academy Awards. Other ones might do well, but I don't know. Being a journalist, obviously, I get sent preview copies of these movies, and I've seen Avatar, I've not seen the Hurt Locker. I got sent a preview. Well, I bought a copy off my mate for £1 round the corner. Know what I mean? He does quite good copies and that. Well, it's a perfect copy actually, DVD perfect. Absolute belter. I could probably get you. In fact, no, I couldn't. Forget that. Forget I even said that, right? But no, I seen a copy of it, right? And basically, it was a good film. It was a good film. You enjoy the film. The only problem I had with it is it was a wee bit sort of Green Party ideology, you know. It was a wee bit too much for me. It was like save the planet and all this kind of caper, right? Now what annoys me about that, right, is, right, see years ago everybody was complaining about nuclear power, only because they didn't understand it, right? And they were all standing there protesting, setting themselves on fire and doing stupid things like that, right? That very same people that are protesting against nuclear power, they're protesting against coal-powered stations now. CO2 is killing the planet. It's warming it up. We're all going to get a suntan. They're all freaking out. They were that same people were complaining about the nuclear power stations. They want them built now. They're off their heads. Now, why do you think the government's telling us CO2 is causing it? So they can get away with things like this and reduce reliance on Middle East oil. Anyway, it's a whole nother special. That's a special I'm going to do on global warming. Right, do your research. Right, don't just watch the ones that tell you all about how global man's caused it. Watch the ones that tell you the other side as well. I've watched both sides. I've made my decisions. Okay, that's how you make a proper decision. Right, on to the next news story. Right, the second one of the day. Right, Gordon Brown, the bank's bailed out. Right. His plan's always been, they'll pay the money back, they'll pay it with interest as well, and the taxpayer will make a profit, right? And the whole country will benefit out of that, as well as the banks being saved and benefiting for that, and the money starting to get lent again, the economy getting stimulated, bringing us out of recession. We're also going to benefit because we're going to make a wee bit of extra tax money to get spent available in the country. Right, that's been Gordon's plan, right? Tories have come out with a plan. Do you know what they're going to do? They're going to they've pledged to sell public shares, and all the banks that we've bailed out, the bits we own, they're going to sell shares, innit? So if we want, we can go and buy shares. What do you mean if we want? If we're rich, if we've got money, you got money lying there to go and buy shares, because that's the only way you're going to get your money back, is if you've got money to go and buy shares, then you'll make money out of the banks. That's the Tories' idea. Labour's making money for the whole country as well as saving us for the recession. Tories is just going to make a fortune for the rich again. I'm raging about this. David Cameron, do you know what I mean? What's he all about? Says we rich cheating boys, they don't understand life, do you know what I mean? Look at when he got his bike nicked. He's onto the hornies. What would you have done? You and your pals would have gone out looking for the guy that's riding about on your bike. You'd have knocked him off it and hit him in the face with your bike a couple of times and tell him not to do it again. Oh, this guy, no. We'll just make some money for the rich. Do you know what I mean? I'm raging about that. Do you know what I mean? That's, I tell you vote Tory, right? That's what you're voting for. If you've not got money to buy shares, then you've just gave up your portion that Gordon Brown was going to make for you. You've gave it up, and you've given it to somebody to make a fortune off it, because they've got enough money to buy shares. You know what I mean? Right, story number 3. Right, third one that we've got. Right, some dude, Andrew Ronsley. Right. He's something to do with the Observer or something, whoever the daft he is, right? He's come out with some revelations, right? That apparently Gordon Brown used to scare the staff. Used to be a bit intimidated by him, and apparently flew across the table and grabbed somebody by the lapels of his suit one day as well, right? And this is supposed to be a problem. Everybody's been whinging he's a boring Prime Minister, he's a blah 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 blah. He's just proved he's a proper Scot and he knows how to take control. Have you seen Gordon Ramsay? Has anybody watched Gordon Ramsay? It's not just a Gordon thing either. This is Scottish people, right? When you freak out, you freak out. You know what I mean? These dafties were probably causing embarrassment. It's probably the same ones that were doing all the stupid things like leaving public documents on the trains, leaving, losing hundreds of stuff on data on computers that should have been kept safe and all this kind of stuff. And he's had a roar at them. I had a roar at them too. Do you know what I mean? I'd have went nuts at them. We're seeing the other side of Gordon. Gordon, all he's prepared to say on the matter is, I can assure you, I never ever in my life have I ever hit anyone. Fine, good. That means he's no used violence. That means he's not overstepped the mark. So what if he's went nuts at them all? That means he's a leader. Do you know what I mean? They're all slagging him because he's not a leader. He's not hang me, they can't hang me. No, apparently they're all shite scared of him. Can't have it both ways. He's running the show. He's running that party. You know what I mean? Tell him to get a bloody grip, man. They want to start giving him a hard time. He can't. His party's divided. They're all shite fear of him. They're doing as they're told. You know what I mean? Anyway, on to the last story of today, right? As I reported earlier, if you've been watching, right, Gordon Brown invited the Israeli ambassador along, and like I explained, it was so he could give him a slap in the back of the head, number 10, tell him to get his act together and start acting properly and stop getting caught with British passports like a dafty, right? Well, I think Gordon Brown maybe is a wee bit of a fan of the show too. I think he's seen the show, you know what I mean, and he thought, I will give him a slap for Sirtokalott too, right? And he's took my advice on, right, because they've stitched up 6 airport officials in Tel Aviv for nicking passports and doing it and all the rest of it. Exactly what they should have done in the first place. Had a fall guy in case they get caught with the passports. Stitch up a couple of Raj employees. That's the way Secret Service works. Don't ask me to say it's fair or it's unfair if these poor guys get stitched up. You know what I mean? I think they'll probably just say they've got 5 years in prison. They'll probably just get a nice wee lump sum of money and get told to have a new identity and go and piss off to another country. Do you know what I mean? They don't really care how they do it, right? But they've sorted it. This should have been done in the first place. They shouldn't have need me to tell them to do that. Do you know what I mean? Or whoever else. So I take credit. You know what I mean? It might have been somebody else that told them, right? But at least they've sorted it. Why was that not sorted in the first place? You know what I mean? Now we've got the 6 people that. But if, first of all, we ought to have embarrassment. Gordon's cracking up. Gordon, why the hell were you getting caught with British passport? Big stink. We didn't need to stink in the first place. We could have just set up these 6 airport officials in the first place. That's the way it's done, man. You stitch up somebody else. You didn't get caught yourself. God's sake, that's like criminal education, step number 1. You know what I mean? If you're going to get caught, make sure you've got somebody else to stitch up for it. Do you know what I mean? Make sure it's not you. Don't take a rap. Don't get caught. You know what I mean? Jeezy peeps. I'm going to go. I'm quite nip, Mark. But oh, I think that says it all, really, right? I'm not even going to explain it. It's the weekend and everything, I don't even know what I'm doing up. And I tell you, new people, right, you just have to start watching more. I want comments left. If you leave me some comments, I can make the show better. Rate the show. Subscribe to the show, right? I want to do this every morning so you can get your news every morning, right? But I'm not spending a couple of hours or whatever getting the news together, putting it together, trying to make it as entertaining for you as possible, without you giving me feedback and telling me what you want. Maybe my accent's a bit much. Maybe I need to try and tone it down so you can understand it better. I don't know. Try writing some comments and maybe I'll know, That's the end of Sirtokalott's news.